Verse 10, Sirach 38 and 10. Leave off from sin and order thy hands aright, and cleanse thy heart from all wickedness. Give a sweet savor and a memorial of fine flour, and make a fat offering as not being. Then give place to the physician, for Yahweh has created him. Let him not go from thee, for thou hast need of him.
Right. So what it's saying is, you know, if you listen to the person that come along and tell you about the herbs and the Most High heal you, he's saying, you know, give him that, you know, give him that honor. Give the Most High that honor that he did through that person that brought you the knowledge about the herbs. But also, too, don't just cast that person away because you healed now. I don't need that person no more. Most High saying, yeah, keep that person, keep consulting with that person, because 9 times out of 10, that person is also telling you about the truth.
We'll go back to this Romans 5. Still got 2 Peter, right? Still got scripture as well. First Peter 4.
We didn't never get to 7.
Nah, yeah, first go stick to the subject. It's Romans 5 and 3. Start at 2 again. By whom also we have access by faith into this grace wherein we stand and rejoice in the hope of the glory of the Most High.
And we rejoice in that same hope as well. Rejoice in the hope in Yahweh, rejoice in the hope that He's gonna return. He's gonna hopefully save us, deliver us, and we'll see the downfall of our enemies. We'll have a kingdom, a glorious kingdom. All of that, we hoping for that. We have faith that what's gonna happen.
And not only so, but we glory in tribulation also, knowing that tribulation worketh patience.
And we already know that this tribulation that we're going through is just a short period compared to what the Lord gonna bless us with. So we still glory in that as well, because we know we living day to day right now. Some people, everybody got their own measure of faith, and everybody got their own trials and tribulations that they have to go through. But at the end of the day, we all have that same understanding that this little stuff that we're going through right now, it's gonna seem little to us when we get to the kingdom, and it's gonna seem like it was just for a short time.
In patience, experience hope.
And through experience, your faith can increase as well. So some things you have to go through just for the Lord to increase your faith. Different people have to go different things. Some people be told, some people have to go through stuff for their faith to be increased.
This the last verse, Romans 5 and 5. And then, like it say, experience hope. So like the brother was saying, once you get to experience those different tribulations, it leads to that hope, man. You get experience with it, man. At the end, like, damn, I came through that. Then your faith got stronger, man. Verse 5, and hope maketh not ashamed, because the love of the Most High is shed abroad in our hearts by the Holy Spirit which is given unto us.
This is 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 1. This second epistle to love. I now write unto you, both which I stir up your pure minds by way of remembrance, that ye may be mindful of the words which are spoken before by the holy prophets, and of the commandments of us, the apostles of Yahweh and Savior. Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lust, and saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation.
And you see that nowadays, now people saying, people falling out of the, even in their Christian doctrine, they falling out, not believing that the Lord will come back. They believe that America will keep going on, for centuries and centuries. This world will keep going on. They saying, where's the promise of his coming? know, our people, you know, there's people actually out there saying that right now, believe it or not. But you know, they don't have that faith. Like the scripture say, faith is just you know, it's believing in something that's not seen.
See, this goes back to what the Messiah said is going to be worse than the time of Noah. So what was going on during Noah's time? People were eating and drinking and marrying and having fun. What's going on in this time? People are eating, drinking, marrying, and that's going on. But the difference is, our people back then knew who they were. The people of today don't know who they are. They don't know that they're Israelites. You know, and I'm speaking to those people that's on this chart here. They don't know that they're Israelites. You know, they don't know that they're the chosen people of the Most High. So that's why it's going to hit them like a thief in the night when the Messiah do come. They're not going to know what's going on. When they see chariots flying around, they're not going to know what those chariots are. When they see destruction happening to certain people, and they don't see, the prophecies are already hidden, you know, because the Most High said that you know, famine was going to go on in Matthew 25. That famine was going to happen. You know, destruction in earthquakes in diverse places. All that's happening now. You know, it didn't say it was going to happen at one time. You know, just boom, one time. But all that's happening, that let us know that the signs are happening, that the Most High or the Messiah, Yahweh Shai, is getting ready to crack the sky. You know, so we have to be mindful of that. They don't see the coming famine that is beginning, that's going to happen at the end of this year, as some are forecasting. You know, with the flooding going on in the north, with the flooding happening in the Midwest, with a lot of cattle being slaughtered, with food and crops not being able to be grown. So we got a famine coming. That let us know a famine is coming. You know, so we got to be prepared, and that's what wisdom and knowledge is, the stability of the time. You got to use that.
Some of them do know, like the scoffers, they're going to know. The ones that hear this word and the ones that don't obey, they don't know what's going on. It's going to be a play for them in that time.
I got that word, scoffers. In the Greek, it's epoktes, which means, I'm going to get some key definitions. It say a derider, i.e. by implication, a false teacher, man. So this part of the mockers, false teachers arise in that, man. So like you say, saying, where is the promise of his coming? But it's telling you why they mock it. Because it said, what it say? Lovers of their own lust.
Scoffers walking after their own lust.
And that's why, man. Because when you tell somebody the truth, the reason they scoffing, because another word for scoffing too is joking. I'm gonna get the root word of it too. But the key thing is they want to walk after their own lust, man. They don't want to hear it's time to chill out, man. You can't sleep with every woman you want to, man. You can't eat whatever you want to, man. But like you said, this is what make them scoff against the word, because they want to walk after their own lust, man. It's the root word of it. It said to play with or to deceive or to delude. So this is all about the scoffers right here, man. Like I say, now everybody get into this thing about the universe. A lot of black women get into, we ain't praying to God, or we're getting to this witchcraft, but we gonna pray to our ancestors, we gonna pray this ancestral woman and stuff, man. A lot of our people is actually doing that now, man. Proving that the scriptures is true, man. You know, you got it.
Verse 5. For this they willingly are ignorant of, that by the word of Yahweh the heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of the water and in the water, whereby the world that then was, being overflowed with water, perished. But the heavens and the earth, which are now by the same word, are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men.
So he's talking about how the earth was first destroyed by water, which the people was willingly ignorant of, because Noah told them, you know, he warned them about it, but they didn't want to listen to it, and that was on them. They was willingly ignorant of it. And now the scriptures say that the earth is going to be destroyed by fire again, because the Lord already promised not to destroy it with water, so he's going to do it with fire this time. And the people will still be willingly ignorant of it.
Which, you know, the scriptures say in Revelation that Babylon, which is America's spiritual Babylon, is going to be destroyed in 1 hour. you know. And so, you know, you think about this whole United States being destroyed in 1 hour. You know, I mean that's a heavy thought. You know, people gonna be running, people gonna be trying to seek the Most High. But what did He say about His chosen? Those that He chose to protect, they're gonna be safe and they're gonna be eaten. They're gonna be enjoying. So, you know, you can take heed to it, or you could just continue to go on, like the brother was saying earlier. You know, and thinking that where is the Messiah? He's not coming. You know, where is He now? Being a scoffer. You know, and you just be in with that destruction that's coming.
Like a lot of people say, my grandma used to say that, man. My granddad said that. That was 50 years ago. The Lord still ain't came.
I can say come.
Right.
Verse 8. But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing. Your one day is with Yahweh as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day.
So with the Lord, it's like one day. It can be it's 1,000 years for us, but it's one day to the Lord, and vice versa.
Yahweh is not slack concerning His promise,
Right.
and some men count slackness, but is long suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance.
God, that's the whole purpose. The Lord being long suffering with us right now, long suffering for His people, trying to get them to turn around and give them enough time to do so. Because the Lord could have been brought the judgment around and been delivered the people, but the Lord being long suffering, so we have to be patient.
Right. And this talking to the elect right here, man. Because the Lord ain't long suffering towards the whole nation of Israel, the 2/3 that's going to be destroyed. He long suffering because, like Peter said in verse 1, though He still go pure man, though He once knew this. Only the elect can accept His word, man. So this talking directly to the elect right here. When He say He long suffering toward us, that we come back to their repentance, man. So because a lot of our people who know this the truth, they done fell back into doing stuff they don't know that they know ain't right, man. So the Lord long suffering towards you, trying to give you time to get back right, man. Because we ain't worrying about it. We don't know who the 2/3 are, but we understand 2/3 gonna die, man. So we can't worry about the 2/3, man. Like Second Ezra said, worry about those that's gonna be saved. So that's who this talking to, man. So the Lord long suffering towards the elect right there, man. And if you know this is true, you've been doing stuff you know you ain't, man. It's time to turn back and get your mind back right, man. You don't supposed to be sleeping with another man, woman, man. You know the thing you doing, certain foods you don't supposed to be eating, man. Come on, man. It's time. That show your faith, man. Like it said, by faith, Abel offered up a righteous sacrifice, okay? So by faith, you're not going to eat what you know you're not supposed to eat. That's showing your faith in the Lord, man. Go ahead, huh?
Can I just piggyback on something you said, earlier, when we was talking about 1,000 years, it's like one day.
That's good, man.
Right, bro.
Y'all put that word.
That's right. This that, hey, what you finna pull on?
Yeah.
All right.
Let me say this, leave and go to another appointment, but think about this, put this in perspective. Methuselah lived 900 years? He lived almost one day until the Most High. So just put that in perspective on how long, 1,000 years is. This man lived almost 900, this man lived over 900 years. So, and the Messiah in the world is not millions and millions and millions and millions of years old like Esau tells us. That, the earth is only over, 6,000 or 7,000 years.
And I'm going to say this, even with that, you can't put no number on the Most High, or how long the earth been here, Because like you said, He the Ancient of Days, man.
Right.
So don't even try to put your mind in how the million years, man. You can't even, you don't even know how to go back that far, man. No, we don't, man. There's certain stuff we just not gonna know. That's what make the Most High, man. So leave that alone, man. Niggas be trying, I don't say niggas, but how people try to go back. This happened a billion years ago, man. Leave that alone, man. You don't know. Like I said, the Most High don't got no beginning or end, man. So you know, you just got to keep it at that. You got it, dog.
No,
Now, I wasn't going against you. Yeah, right, man. Because like you said, he started trying to go a million years, and then our people be saying,
Right.
so, you know, it's happened trillions of years. Man, you can't look, man. Chill out, man. You don't even know what happened. We don't even know what happened 100 years ago, man. If you don't got no 100-year-old man here telling you,
The scripture says certain things you're not even supposed to be worrying about.
where you going, brother?
Oh, what's that?
Okay.
Verse 10. But the day of Yahweh will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up.
And that's talking about them missiles when they shoot off them missiles for the Third World War. Because these countries wouldn't have all these nuclear missiles, these ICBM missiles, and not use them and let them just go to waste. The Lord got a plan for the world. And he already said it's going to be destroyed by fire this time. And we can already see the world crumbling. You just gotta want to see it.
And guess what, man? The only thing that can burn up the elements is that nuclear fire. That's the only thing they get hot enough right now to burn up the elements, Mr. Blue. That's talking about the nuclear destruction, man. Look it up. Google it for yourself, man. Ain't nothing else getting that hot to just straight burn elements, man. Burn up the elements, but that nuclear fire, man. Get that word deep right. So you can finish that verse, huh? Read it from the top again, that verse 2.
Verse 10. But the day of Yahweh will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up.
And it's like it said, the day of the Lord shall come as a thief in the night. So the Greek word right there is kaleptes, man. Because you just look at that word for thief, okay, you kind of get to understand, but then when you go into the root word, the Greek where it came from, it say this why the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, though. One of the definitions is embezzler or pilferer. Then this is key. This is the definition I want to get. It say the name is transferred to false teachers who do not care to instruct men, but abuse their confidence for their own gain. Yeah, so this why it's gonna come as a thief in the night, man. Because your teachers, like you said, false teachers, the church is not warning the people, man. And they tell you why. They fail to warn the people for confidence of their own gain, man. Because these churches, they all about the money now, man. Like you said, they preach for a hire, and they pay for the basically cash judgment, man. So everything is all about the money now. That's why it's also called them an embezzler, man. What is an embezzler, man? If somebody embezzles money from a company, they steal it, man. So what the pastor stealing from you? The truth, man. That's why the day of the Lord is gonna come as a thief in the night to the people, man. I'm gonna read the definition again, man. So this is why you have to go into them words, man. You say an embezzler, a pilferer. Look up the word embezzler. I'm getting it right back to you. Look up the word embezzler, though. Yeah. It said that the name is transferred to false teachers who do not care to instruct men, but abuse their confidence for their own gain, man. So he abusing your confidence for his own gain, man. He ain't instructing you of what's really to come right now, man. Like you said, your preacher is a scoffer now. Because one of the definitions for scoffer is a false teacher. So then he also, the reason why the day of the Lord gonna come as a thief in the night, man. So he an embezzler, you got it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It says, embezzler, one who steals money they have been trusted with, especially from one's employer.
One who steals money, get ourselves, I think it's 56, or nah, 50, might be 59. They say you pay for that, which is not, man, go ahead, huh? They say ones who steals money, man, you know, go ahead.
It says one who steals money they have been trusted with, especially from one's employer. One who embezzles quotations.
I get some more. Do it going to the root of it?
No, it's not one of them definitions. It's plural. I have to go to the base of it.
Right, man. So we're going to get it. You got it out.
Like division or. Alright, this embezzle. It says steal or misappropriate money placed in one's trust or belonging to the organization for one's work, for which one works. It says misappropriate, steal, rob, deed, pilfer, appropriate, abstract.
Right. So, go ahead, but like you said, even with the money, man, you know, because what we did? We did take care of the priests, man. You know, the priests ain't have to work. So we use that 10% to give to the priests to take care of the priests, man. So even going to the pastors now, the pastors not instructing, they not instructing our people the right way, man. If you look at it today, the churches don't even talk about the coming of the Lord no more, man. They don't even do it, man. The pastors don't even talk about it, man. So now your pastors are, they consider scoffers now, man. Read that out. Yep. Get John 10 too, right?
The book of Isaiah, chapter 55, verse 1. Oh, everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the water, and he that hath no mercy, come ye, buy and eat. Yeah, come, buy wine and milk without money and without price.
See, buy wine and milk without money and without price. Because like the Lord told the disciples, freely you have received, freely you give, man. Go ahead,
Wherefore do ye spend money for that which is not bread?
See, so it said, wherefore you spend money for that which is not bread, man. So you got all these big mega churches, all the current, because like I said, now, you had the priests, and the people did take care of the priests, man. So your pastor was teaching you the truth, you know it's all right to look out for him, man. But like you said, you giving him money and he not giving you the truth, man. Go ahead,
And your labor for that which satisfies not.
See, you labor for that which satisfies not.
Hearken diligently unto me, and eat ye that which is good.
Right.
And let your soul delight itself in fat.
Right.
Incline your ear and come unto me. Hear, and your soul shall live. And I will make an everlasting covenant with you, even the sure mercies of David. Behold, I have given him for a witness to the people, a leader and commander to the people. Behold, thou shalt call a nation that thou knowest not, a nation that do not, these shall run unto thee, because Yahweh thy power, because of Yahweh thy power.
Let's stop right there. Then I got the root word of that word, thief too. It said to take away by death, i.e. to take away by stealth, man. So, get that out there. We'll go right back to what you said. But this why the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, man. Because your pastor, he fails to instruct you. He abusing your confidence for his own gain, man. So what you don't know, he abusing it, and he teaching you something for his own gain, man. Preaching that he teaching you that prosperity doctrine. He teaching you that feel good doctrine. He teaching you to love everybody doctrine. And that's he just catering to your emotions basically so you can come out your pocket at the end of the day, man.
Telling the smooth thing.
Right. But it's like you said, it's our people love to have it sold on. Because why? They want to walk out of their own lust, man. And that's why. Go ahead, bro. Even your pastor, he walking after his own lust. He's prophesying out his own man, not out of his Bible. Go ahead, I'm going to read this and we're going to go back to this.
It's John chapter 10, verse 1. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way, the same is a thief and a robber.
The same is a thief and a robber, man. They not entering up by the who?
They're not, he that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way, the same is a thief and a robber.
The same is a thief and a robber, man. That door goes into the name too, man. It'll tell you the name in which, go ahead, I'm going to get that.
You agree?
Yeah, keep going. So he don't come in by the door, he a thief and a robber, man. So if your pastor not telling you, first and foremost, man, you got to accept your Lord and Savior, the word he will call Jesus Christ. Then you're supposed to be using knowledge of salvation, letting you know the Lord only died for these people, man. And then letting you know you're an Israelite according to the Bible, man. He's not teaching you that. He's a thief and a robber. He's not entering in by the door, man. Because what did you have a shot say in the book? He said, I came only for the lost sheep of the house of Israel, man. He said he came to save his people from their sins, man. So who is his people? The Israelites, man. So your pastor not teaching you that, man. He is a thief and a robber, man. He robbing you of the truth.
Verse 2. But he that entered in by the door is the shepherd of the sheep. To him the porter opened, and the sheep hear his voice.
Right. So the elect don't hear his voice, man. So all our people listen to those false prophets and false pastors. The Lord, like he said, he planned you so you can do that, man. But his shepherds, his sheep don't hear his voice, man. Go ahead.
And he calleth his own sheep by name and
Right.
leadeth them out. And when he putteth forth his own sheep,
Then say he calling his sheep by name, man. And how did he do that, man? Because the Lord, you might listen to the will of the Lord, and the Lord started calling out everything you doing, man. That's how he calling you by name, man. And eventually you gonna hear his voice, man. Go ahead.
and when he putteth forth his own sheep, he goeth before them, and the sheep follow him.
Right.
For they know his voice.
Right.
And a stranger will they not follow, but will flee from him. For they know not the voice of strangers.
And it's talking to the elect of these people. Those who pure man gonna be stirred up. And they gonna get, like you said, a long suffering. Then we gotta come back to repentance. There's a lot of men that knew this truth, was going hard, and then they fell back, like the prodigal son did, man. But then what the prodigal son did? He said he remembered himself, man. He remembered himself, he remembered who he was, he remembered where his power was. Like, I gotta go back to my father, man. When he done that, his father accepted him with that grace and mercy. He was glad, man.
This parable spake Yahushua unto them, but understood not what things they were which he spake unto them.
Right.
Then said Yahushua unto them again, Verily, verily, I say unto you, I am the door of the sheep, and that all that ever came before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep did not hear them.
Right.
I am the door. By me, if any man enter in, he shall be saved, and shall go in and out and find pasture. The thief cometh not, but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. I am come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundant.
Right.
I am the good shepherd, the good sheep. The good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep.
Right.
But he that is a hireling, and not the shepherd,
He that is a hireling. These pastors get paid to do what they doing, man. They ain't truly dedicated to this word, man. That church not paying them, they gonna find another church to go to that paying them, man. They gonna be like, I'm showing up anyway, it ain't about the money, man. So your pastors, your leaders, they hirelings, man. Go ahead.
but he that is a hireling, and not the shepherd, whose own the sheep are not, seeth the wolf coming, and leaveth the sheep, and fleeth.
See these hirelings, they know, they see the wolf coming, man. They got the inside scoop, man. A lot of your pastors already have received they FEMA badge, man. So when this stuff happens, they got something called the clergy response team, man. Your pastor, the hire, he gonna be leading you right into the wolf. He gonna be leading you right to the wolf. He gonna be leading you right to the FEMA camps. He gonna be leading you right to the so-called white man, man. Go ahead.
And the wolf catcheth them, and scattereth the sheep.
Right.
The hireling fleeth, because he is a hireling, and careth not for the sheep.
And that's what your leaders gonna do. That's what your pastors gonna do, man. When it get rough, when all hell break loose in America, you ain't gonna see him no more, man. You're gonna be somewhere high, man. You're gonna be somewhere high, man. He gonna need you out here, man. So he's supposed to be go ahead, I'm gonna get this, go ahead.
I am the good shepherd, and know my sheep, and am known of mine. As the Father knoweth me, even so know I the Father.
Right.
And I lay down my life for the sheep. And other sheep I have, which are not of this fold. They also I must bring, and they shall hear my voice. And there shall be one fold and one shepherd.
Right, what the Lord was talking about right there, man. Because the Lord he was gonna come to this side of the world too. When he was on the eastern side of the world then, man. Over there in that area about the people, man. Stuff you gone. Alright. Okay, bro. You know, he was talking about coming to this side of the world because the 10 tribes was over here. So there was the other sheep that was not of that fold, man. They were gonna become one fold. And that's talking about now, man. We becoming that one fold now, man. Let's see it on that verse.
Yeah.
I got that word door right there. Cause it said the shepherd entered in by the door, man. Whoever don't is a thief and a robber. That Greek word is thara, which it means use of any opening like a door, entrance way, or passage into it. It said in a parable, a metaphor, the door through which the sheep go in and out. The name of him who brings salvation to those who follow his guidance. Yeah, dog. We just say a portal of entrance, man.
So basically what Yahweh saying is, he the only way, he the only way that we can come back to the Father, and the only way that we can be saved, we got to go through the Lord and Savior, whose name is Yahweh, not Jesus. He's a so-called dark-skinned man, according to the scriptures. That's the only way back to the Father. That's the only way we're going to fix our condition. If we turn back to the Lord, but we got to go through Yahweh. And that's why he was saying he was the door.
And guess what? This go right back into the lesson too. This is another definition for door. You don't get rid of it. It say an open door is used of the opportunity of doing something, of getting faith. Open to a teacher, i.e., the opportunity of teaching others. Right, man. So this is part of that door. Go ahead. I'm gonna keep that door going right back. Like this is for that pastor, but it's through the Spirit still.
This is Ezekiel chapter 13, verse 1. And the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy against the prophets of Israel that prophesy, and say thou unto them that prophesy out of their own heart. Prophesy out of their own heart.
Right, they prophesied. So the harlot prophesied out of his own heart, man. So we prophesying against these, they consider scoffers, because scoffers consider false teachers. So all this still landing right up with this lesson, man. Go ahead,
Hear ye the word of Yahweh. Thus saith Yahweh power, woe unto the foolish prophets that follow their own spirit and have seen nothing.
Right.
O Israel, thy prophets are like the foxes in the desert.
That foxes in the deserts goes right back to that word, embezzler too, man. Or the thief. Because it say he failed to instruct you, basically for his own gain, man. So he failed to warn you or instruct you, and he what it say he take advantage of your confidence for his own gain, man. Go ahead.
Ye have not gone up into the gap, neither made up the head for the house of Israel.
Because what is a fox? That word fox right here also goes back to jackal. And what does a jackal do? He feeds off of dead flesh, man. So he feeding off your ignorance, man. He using your own ignorance against you to mislead you, man. Go ahead, bro.
To stand in the battle in the day of Yahweh.
Stand in the battle on the day of the Lord, man. So he ain't gone up into the hedges, man. He ain't gone up into the gaps to put their hedge around you so you'll be able to stand in the battle of the Lord, man. Start right there. That's the most you go ahead.
Verse 6.
You got it,
They have seen vanity and lying divination, saying, Yahweh saith, and Yahweh has not sent them. And they have made others to hope that they will confirm the word.
That's putting that false hope. And, like the scripture said, the Most High haven't sent them. Most High didn't call for them to be no pastor, even though they go up there saying, the Lord called me to do this and do that. Or the Lord told me to do this and do that. But the Lord said he haven't called for them. So they up there giving false hope and lying divination.
How do you know? Isaiah 8 and 20, to the law and to the testimony. If they speak not according to this word, so what if they say don't come out of here? Ain't no light in them, man. Ain't no truth in them. Oh, yeah.
Verse 7. Have ye not seen a vain vision? And have ye not spoken a lying divination? Whereas ye say, Yahweh saith it, howbeit I have not spoken. Therefore thus saith Yahweh power, because ye have spoken vanity and seen lies, therefore, behold, I am against you, saith Yahweh power.
So if the Lord against you, that means you his enemy. So the Lord saying he against these pastors and leaders that's out here lying to the sheep, out here lying to the people.
And mine hand shall be upon the prophets that see vanity, and that divine lies. They shall not be in the assembly of my people, neither shall they be written in the writing of the house of Israel.
They're not gonna be a part of that elect. And the Lord said he gonna be they gonna be in his hand. And the scriptures already say it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the Most High. So they gonna have to receive their judgment for what they doing, extorting the people.
Neither shall they enter into the land of Israel, and ye shall know that I am Yahweh power. Because they have seduced my people, saying, peace, and there was no peace. And one built up a wall, and lo, others daubed it with untempered mortar.
So they building up a false, like the brother was saying, that false hope. They building up a false wall, man, around you. That's gonna crumble, man. The wall's gonna fall when all hell breaks. This wall's supposed to be your faith, man. Because like you said, they have not gone in the gaps to build up, to put their hedge around you. What's your hedge? The hedge is like a shield. A wall's supposed to be, what do they build up high walls for your protection? But what does the scripture say? The faith is our shield, man. So they supposed to be building up your faith so you'll be able to stand this day of the Lord, but they not, man. So like I said, they building up this fake wall, unmortar temple, which is going to crumble when the real test comes. Go ahead, dog.
Say unto them which daub it with untempered mortar, that it shall fall.
There you go, it's going to fall.
There shall be an overflowing shower, and ye, O great hailstones.
And what the Lord said, he that builded his house not up on the rock, when the flood came, what did it do? It fell, man. Right, man.
And ye, O great hailstones, shall fall, and a stormy wind shall rend it.
There you go, that stormy wind or flood, man. Which just represent different philosophies and all that, man. Go ahead.
Lo, when the wall is fallen, shall it not be said unto you, where is the daubing wherewith ye have daubed it?
Right. Because what it said, where's the daubing with you have daubed it? You're supposed to be daubing it with the truth, man. Go ahead.
Therefore, thus saith Yahweh power, I will even rend it with a stormy wind in my fury. There shall be an overflowing shower in my anger, and great hailstones in my fury to consume.
Just to bring it out, the Lord is speaking metaphorically for all the atrocities that he gonna bring upon the earth. And this ain't nothing to be taken lightly. You know, even though he's speaking metaphorically, he's saying, you know, hailstorms and he gonna bring a great wind. But it's gonna be a lot worse than, you know, the way it sounded in the scriptures. So, you know, most people might take that lightly, but it's nothing to be taken lightly.
That's like he brought them hailstones on Egypt, man. One of the plagues, it was mixed with fire and brimstone, man. Go ahead, man. Yeah.
So will I break down the wall that ye have daubed with untempered mortar, and bring it down to the ground.
A lot of our people think they money gonna be able to save them in that day, man. You know, they think they celebrity, they think they status gonna be able to save them. No, man. No.
All this going out the window when they had it.
So that the foundation thereof shall be discovered.
Yeah, I think you got these other people think your bunker's gonna save you, man. Nah, man. Go ahead, bro.
And it shall fall.
A lot of people now ain't gonna make it to the bunkers.
And ye shall be consumed in the midst thereof, and ye shall know that I am Yahweh. Thus will I accomplish my wrath, upon the wall and upon them that have daubed it with untempered mortar.
Right, man, so you better stop daubing your wall with untempered mortar, man. And start receiving this truth. You know, start with the milk, but little by little, man. Accept the Lord and Savior, man. Then start, you know, understand you're an Israelite. Then start to understand what it means to be an Israelite and how you're supposed to operate and conduct yourself. Love your brother and your sister like you love yourself. You know, and once you get that's the concept of it all. And then that's gonna help once you realize I gotta love my brother and my sister like I love myself, that's gonna lead to you keeping the law, statutes, and commandments.
And will say unto you, the wall is no more, neither they that daub it. To wit,
neither they that daubed it, man. So the false pastors, man, both of y'all gonna get it, man. That's in Ezekiel 14. It says those who listen to the false teacher don't receive the same judgment as the false teacher, man.
To wit, the promise of Israel, which prophesied concerning Jerusalem, in which he buildeth a peaceful earth, and there is no peace, said Yahweh power.
If you look at it with your own eyes, you see ain't no peace for these people on the side, man. War has been declared on us over 500-600 years ago, and they haven't stopped us. It's just a wiser war now, man. They got us subject to them, but man, it's physical warfare, man. It ain't physical warfare no more, which they still get physical. They got to. But it's spiritual warfare against them.
Yeah, they're trying to cover it up. Yeah, it's just not.
Likewise, thou son of man, set thy face against the daughters of thy people, which prophesied of their own heart, and prophesied thou against them. And say, thus said Yahweh power, woe to the woman that sew pillows to all armholes, and make kerchief upon the head of every stature to hunt souls. Will ye hunt the souls of my people? Will ye save the souls alive that come unto you? And will ye pollute me among my people for handfuls of barley and for pieces of bread?
Right, man. So now it's getting on to the women of our people, man. Because just like I said, a lot of our women, some of them open with it, but a lot of them secretly got into their witchcraft, man. Go ahead, Al.
And will ye save the souls alive that come unto you? And will ye
they teaching other young women to get into that witchcraft now, man. Go ahead.
And will ye pollute me among my people for handfuls of barley and pieces of bread, to slay the souls that should not die, and to save the souls alive that should not live by your lying to my people that hear your lies. Wherefore thus said Yahweh power, behold, I am against your pillows, wherewith ye there hunt the souls to make them fly, and I will tear them from your arms and will let the souls go.
Right.
Even the souls that ye hunt to make them fly.
Stop right there. Go ahead.
I'm gonna pull the elect out of the all the doctrines that they got them in.
Good.
So we're going back.
We're gonna go back. Cause all of us still going into, they're still going into. I'm gonna get back into that 2 Peter, but they're still going to that scoffing and that thief. So they're scoffing at people, they just led to them scriptures right there too. So we're going precept on precept, line upon line here, a little there, a little just still go with the lesson though. Because at the end of the day, I'm gonna keep reading 2 Peter. You gotta go now? I'm gonna pick back up at Peter if you can stop there. 2 Peter, I'm gonna start at verse 3 and 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat, and the earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up.
So I mean, everything else in this, these cities, towns, all this stuff is gonna be burnt up. America gonna be completely wiped out. Everything.
Verse 11, 2 Peter 3 and 11, it says, seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons are ye to be? In all holy conversation and godliness.
So that's the type of person we need to be, knowing what's going to happen to this place and knowing the judgment that's coming. We ought to be, have holy conversation. You got to be trying to be a righteous person to the best of your ability. That's basically what he's saying, Peter's saying.
Yeah. Looking for and hasting until the coming day of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, wherein the heavens, being on fire, shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
God, and we continually haste for that. Because we're living in our captivity right now, our hell, and we can't wait. We've been over this. We've been in this for over 500 years, and we ready to, receive our kingdom. So we hastily, praying to the Most High. We know we on His time, but we still hastily pray that He deliver us swiftly, because we're ready to go. We know people are tired. Not just people in the truth, but we know our people in general tired of the lives that they live, and they have to be subject to payments, have to wake up and go to work, and we just see some of our people that just poor. We don't look down on our people. We want our people to thrive. And so, we just hastily, call on the Lord to, hastily bring that judgment down.
You go, like it said, we looking for this through what? By our faith, man. So it's all a faith thing for us, man. We, like I said, we got faith that this stuff gonna happen, man. Nevertheless, we, according to His promise, look for new heavens and a new earth wherein righteousness dwells.
That's talking about the kingdom, because we know that they haven't came yet. That's talking about the kingdom for us, where it's going to be righteousness. But this place we're living in right now is solely wicked. There's nothing righteous about America. So we're looking for the new heavens and the new earth. It's not going to be a physical whole new earth created and a new heavens. It's just talking about the power going to switch. But we're going to be in power. We're going to be the ones ruling. And we're going to be the ones setting the rules, which is ultimately the rules of the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. The laws, statutes, and commandments. We're going to force that on the people.
This back in Hebrews 11 and 7, which led to all those scriptures. It said, by faith, Noah being warned of the Most High, of things not seen as yet, moved with fear. So going back to that same scripture, man. We ain't seen it yet, but we being warned of the Most High.
We had that faith that it's going to come to pass. Just like the elders and our forefathers did in the scriptures. They had faith. We got to have that same faith. And Yahweh Shai, He had already said, when He come back, shall He find faith in the earth?
Moved with fear, prepare an ark to the saving of His house, by the which He condemned the world and became heir of righteousness, which is by faith.
But then He condemned the world and became an heir through faith. So Noah had the faith in the Lord that He was going to deliver him through the flood, as long as he did what the Lord said. And that's the same way we got to be. We got to have faith that the Lord is going to deliver us from that judgment that's coming to this place, as long as we obey His voice.
It said, by faith Abraham, when he was called to go out into a place which he should after receive for an inheritance, obeyed, and he went out, not knowing whither he went.
God, that's like, for example, if the Lord tell you to, just put yourself back in time where this land wasn't what it was, and the Lord told you to go move into a desert area. That's the type of mindset. Abraham didn't go into a desert area, but that's the type of scenario that it was like. You know, the Lord told him to move into an area, and that's going to be, you know, the land for an inheritance for his seed, for his people, and, you know, the people after him. And, you know, Abraham moved through faith. It took a great amount of faith. That's just like the Lord telling you to, or somebody telling you to move into a desert area, and in 10 years, that's going to be your city. You're going to be the richest man there, and your people going to thrive. People that come with you, or, you know, your seed, your children after you, they going to thrive. But right now, it's just a desert wasteland. You know, you got to have a great amount of faith to do that. So how much more when the Lord tell you to do something?
By faith, he sojourned in the land of promise as in a strange country, dwelling in tabernacles, Isaac and Jacob, the heirs with him of the same promise.
God.
For he looked for a city which had foundations, whose builder and maker is the Most High.
God.
Go ahead,
I was just gonna say, you know, that's what he was looking for. You know, that take a good amount of faith. Go ahead, that's all.
That's what we looking for. We looking for a city building for by the Most High, man. Because we understand this ain't our rest, man. We understand this place is hell for us, man. So we through the Spirit looking for that same city, man. You know, and the Lord just he told us that. He tell us to come out of Babylon spiritually, man. So we ain't fleeing for nowhere, but we ain't fleeing nowhere. We just having that faith that he gonna deliver us and take us to that land when it's time, man. So we looking for that city too, man. We get a precept to that right quick.
Let me get it for you.
Read it for you. This is Romans chapter 8, verse 24 and 25. It said, for we are saved by hope, but hope that is seen is not hope.
God, it said, hope that is seen is not hope. So if you see something, what's the point of hoping for it? Because you already know it's there. You don't have to have any faith in it.
Well, you good. Yeah, go that way, and then you probably gonna have to go through that gate. It's the gate you go through right there. No, I see you, Doc. Now, I don't know if you're gonna do it on this side or you have to walk to the other side of the picture. But you probably get through it to this side too, but you probably quickly gonna go that way. Then just go left. But it's right here, it's right behind here, like I said. It's locked that way.
I don't know. I saw it good back here.
Yeah, just go that way, sister. You gotta get in that gate up there. Even if you had to walk around the front and go on the other side. Romans 8 and 24 again said, for we are saved by hope. But hope that is seen is not hope. For what a man seeth, why do he yet hope for?
So if you see it, what's the point of hoping for it? You already know it's there. But see, we hoping for a kingdom. We don't see it, you know, but we know it's coming through faith.
Verse 25. But if we hope for that we see not, then do we with patience wait for it.
And that's what we're doing. We patiently waiting for the Lord to bring us the promise, bring us the kingdom, and send Yahweh Shai. We know all this is mentioned in the scriptures, so we have to have faith and patience for it. We know it's going to happen through faith. That's why we hoping for it.
It said, for he looked for a city. I'm gonna read verse 10 again. For he looked for a city which have foundations, whose builder and maker is the Most High. Through faith also Sarah herself received strength to conceive seed, and was delivered of a child when she was past age, because she judged him faithful who had promised.
So she had faith that the Lord can do that, give her the strength to have a child at her old age. So we got to be the, that's the, that's the thing for the women, to have faith too. It's not only just the men, great men of our nation and the scriptures, had faith, but the women as well. So it's got to, you got to be the same way for the women out there.
Verse 12, therefore sprang there even of one, him as good as dead, so many as the stars of the sky in multitude, and as the sand which is by the seashore innumerable.
Because the Lord promised Abraham that he was going to multiply his seed, multiply Israel as the sands of the sea and the stars of the heavens. And we can see that the Lord did that.
These all died in faith, not having received the promises, but having seen them afar off, and were persuaded of them, and embraced them, and confessed that they were strangers and pilgrims on earth. So like you saying, these all died in the faith, man. So this is why a lot of our people lose faith, because we got ancestors who died in the faith, and they was like, going back to Abraham, but even we got modern day ancestors who died in the faith, like just waiting on the coming of the Lord. But a lot of our people don't understand. They done turned into scoffers now, because they done got into all these other different philosophies and these beliefs. And they like, man, my granddad, my grandma and them said the same thing, man. But the scriptures, that's what the scriptures cover all that, man. The scriptures cover all that. I'm going to read it again. You got it, huh?
I can piggyback on that. You can look at some of the prophecies or the prophets when they prophesied to the people. It didn't happen. Sometimes it didn't happen immediately. A lot of times it didn't happen like at that same instance. The scriptures might read as though it did, but a lot of stuff took years to happen. But it eventually happened. But the prophets had faith.
Right, man, because the Lord prophesied Abraham was one man. Your descendants gonna be as the sand of the sea, like it said. Sarah, we couldn't even conceive, man. But now look at the daughters of Sarah, man. How you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Latinos, and Native Americans. So, like it said, they believe on all this through the faith, man. Like it said, they can see these things afar off. So they visualized it, man. That's why the scripture said, without vision, the people perish, man. You got to have that vision. You got to visualize our people being on top, man. Our people coming back into their right mind. Our people coming back into rulership. You couldn't get in that way, sister. Keep going. These all died in faith, having not received the promises, but having seen them afar off, and were persuaded of them, and embraced them, and confessed that they were strangers and pilgrims on the earth. So this is what we doing, man. Even if this thing don't come, we have to die in the faith. This is what we gonna do, man. But we still letting our kids know, letting them know the things, what it's all about, man. Have your faith in it. So we see those things afar off. Then you got men that done died in the faith, So hey, it is what it is, man. These scriptures cover everything, man. It say, for they that say such things declare plainly that they seek the country. And truly, if they had been mindful of the country from which they came out, they might have had opportunity to have returned.
They go for the time now as well. If our people knew who we were and knew where we came from and what manner of people we are, they'll be seeking to go back. Our people will be seeking to try to get back to that status that we was at.
And verse 16, but now they desire a better country, that is a heavenly, wherefore the Most High is not ashamed to be called their God, for He has prepared for them a city.
And that's us. We're looking for a better heaven and a better kingdom. We're not looking to dwell in this kingdom or any of the kingdoms that we had, the time that we was in rulership back then. We're looking for the promise now.
Right. Because like what 2 Peter said, we look for a new heaven and a new earth where righteousness dwells. Of whom it was said, Salaki, I skipped. By faith, Abraham, when he was tried, offered up Isaac